Welcome to the MusicNut Program. I am John the Music Nut. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today's topic, my 10 favorite songs from 1996. Pretty eclectic year in music. A lot of cool stuff was getting on the radio. Most of these songs hit radio. Let's get started. Number 10. This I thought was the last strong album for a while from this great quartet from Georgia and the United States. The album is New Adventures in Hi-Fi. It's REM. The song I'm going with is Bittersweet Me, which was nearly a hit single. Didn't quite make it there. I thought this song should have been another hit single along the lines of What's the Frequency, Kenneth, and Bang and Blame, because like Bang and Blame, it had like the soft verse and the loud chorus on here. I thought the chorus on this was an earworm. I thought it was wonderful. The band is right on point with this song. It should have had a better fate than it did, in my opinion. And it's my number 10 from 1996. REM, Bittersweet Me. Sorry you can't read this. I guess it's hard when you have a black and white cover. Number 9. One of my favorite singer-songwriters. Released an album in 1996 called Set the Twilight Reeling. Brought out the insert here. This is Lou Reed. Song I'm going with is NYC Man or New York City Man. I pulled out the insert because the original cover that I bought in 1996 is purple, so you wouldn't be able to see the insert. Anyway, this album, most of the time, it was a very reflective singer-songwriter album. Although there's a few songs on here where Lou plugs in the distortion pedal. We got some great rockers, but NYC Man, I think, is wonderful. Very elegant. It's got this strong jazz feel between the bass line and the horns, which are adding a lot of color to this during the choruses. Wonderful lyric from Lou as usual, and his vocal is spot on. It's perfect for this song. I think this song deserves a little more recognition than it gets. The single that was released was Hooky Wookie, and I thought that song was the wrong single. It just didn't have, wasn't as strong as anything else on the album. But anyway, my number 9 from Set the Twilight Reeling. It's Lou Reed, NYC Man. Now let's go with something a little more eclectic. So in 1997, my friend Joe Shuello and I went to see Horror Tour up on Montage Mountain, Scranton, Pennsylvania. We went to see Neil Young, Crazy Horse, Toad Wet Sprocket, Squirrel Nut Zippers, Mighty Mighty Boss Tones. This band was on a bill. We didn't know who they were. They kicked our asses. Soul Coughing from their album Irresistible Bliss. Song I'm going with, first song, and the last song they played that night or that afternoon, and a few thousand people were getting into it, Super Bon Bon. Soul Coughing, I don't know how you categorize them. I mean, it's like poetry meets soundscapes meets jazz. I mean, they're very different. Stand-up bass, drummer, DJ putting in these soundscapes, and Mike Dowdy giving us poetry. Very strong album. Super Bon Bon was very catchy track. It was also featured in a Sopranos episode while the gang was at the Bada Bing. And this is just a catchy, catchy song, even though you can't really describe it. It's my number 8 from 1996. Super Bon Bon, Super Bon Bon, a Super Walmart from Soul Coughing. Number 7. This is from the album Tiny Music, Songs from the Vatican Gift Shop. Really cool album from this band. This will be their 3rd album. It will give us 3 great rock radio songs. Going on Tripping on a Hole in a Paper Hearts. Not even 3 minutes. It's just catchy. It's heavy. The chorus is killer. Scott Weiland sings the hell out of it. The bass lines on here are fantastic to die for. I have loved this song from the get-go. I thought this was by far the best single from the album. It's one of my 2 or 3 favorite songs by Stone Temple Pilots. This song kicks ass. It's Tripping on a Hole in a Paper Heart, and it's my number 7 for 1996. My number 6, another one of my favorite bands. We still got the original lineup intact ever since the early 80s when they were called Sneak Preview. This was their last album on a major label on Atlantic. The album Ear Candy, and it's King's X, and the song I'm going with is the irresistible Mississippi Moon. Their harmonies well on display. This is just a well-crafted power pop / rock song. Beautiful melody on here. Ty Tabor does the lead vocal on here. It's one of 3 lead vocals he does on this album. All 3 of his songs on here are killer. But the whole album is very, very strong. Mississippi Moon, you hear it, you're like, how the hell was this not a hit single? Wonderful song. Song they don't do live anymore, it's kind of a bummer, but oh gosh, I could talk about King's X all day. Yes, there'll be a series on it, on this band. It'll take me a few months, but it'll be worth it. From Ear Candy, my number 6, Mississippi Moon. Number 5, this is probably the biggest adult alternative hit single from 96 or 97, along with One Headlight from The Wallflowers. This song was on the charts for a heck of a long time, and this is a pretty good album, too, from this excellent singer-songwriter. This is Duncan Sheik. Self-titled album. Song I'm going with, Barely Breathing. Song with a universal feel. Song about an impending breakup. Very well crafted. Of all the songs I'm going to talk about, this bridge on here is to die for. Fantastic bridge. The chorus is very memorable. The lyric is very memorable. I would probably have this at number 1. It's just that these other 4 songs resonate more with me. I could see a lot of people putting this song at number 1. It's just a very well-crafted song. And it's my number 5, Barely Breathing by Duncan Sheik. Number 4, this album sold a shitload of copies, and the singles got played to death. But the one single I never, ever got tired of to this day, I still smile every time I hear this song. It's Matchbox 20 from Yourself or Someone Like You, the opening track, Real World. What a wonderful song. I love that guitar line. I love the lyrics in here. I think the chorus is killer. It's very celebratory, very strong, well-crafted song. Another good bridge in it as well. I think this song kills. And it's my number 4 song, Matchbox 20, Real World. Number 3. Okay, a lot of you out there may not know this band, but I'll tell you what, the first album didn't do a lot for me. It was very, seen a lot in the cutout bins. This album I actually won from, might have been Rock 107, WEZX FM, your home of rock and roll. This album is fantastic, and I've loved it ever since I won it. Screaming Cheetah Wheelies, the album is called Magnolia. This was their 2nd album after their self-titled debut. Song I'm going with is the title track. This is like Southern rock, but a lot more, it's got more grit to it, more craftsmanship to it. I think these guys kill. I saw them live. I saw them open in 95 for Meatloaf up at Montage Mountain in Scranton. But this album is fantastic. It's ranked like 1012 on Best Ever Albums of 1996. I think it's just because most people didn't hear this album. But this is a phenomenal album, and the song, the title track, is so dramatic, and there's so many great guitar riffs. The vocals, very passionate performance from the entire band on here. Definitely check out this album if you can, or at least check out the song Magnolia. Phenomenal track. It's my number 3. Number 2, this is a song I talked about on the album After series. And I'm not too high on it. I mean, there's a lot of songs on here I like, a lot of songs. Yeah, I don't think they had enough time to write great songs on here, but one great one was Old Man and Me from Hootie and the Blowfish off the album Fairweather Johnson. I heard Old Man and Me. How the hell is this not a number one song? Well, there were a lot of great songs that came out around that time, and that was the reason why. But Old Man and Me, I think, is phenomenal. I think it's the best song they ever did. I love the piano line here. I think Darius sings the hell out of it. The harmonies are excellent. It's just a great driving rock song with an R&B feel. I think works very well. It's my number two song, 1996, Old Man and Me by Hootie and the Blowfish. And now for my number one with a bullet. It's Tool. From the album Anima, I could have picked title song. I could have picked Stinkfist. I could have picked Push It. I'm going with 46 and 2. What drama. What a fantastic song that takes you on a ride. It is called one of the best heavy metal songs of all time, and with good reason. It is phenomenal. I've always loved this song, the sense of drama. Danny Carey's drumming off the charts. The guitar line is killer. It's led by that cool bass line. Love this song so much. It's a song that's grown on me more and more as time has gone on. And I love this album. This is my favorite album of 96, easy too. Tool, 46 and 2 from Anima. Let's go with a few honorable mentions. Anybody remember the Wallflowers? Well, One Headlight was the huge hit, but I always like Sixth Avenue Heartache a little bit more. Remember Luscious Jackson? Remember the song Naked Eye? Killer track. Burden in My Hand, Soundgarden. Fantastic. Sweet Rosalind, deep cut from the self-titled second album by Sheryl Crow, which I think is a killer album. I love Sonny Came Home from Sean Colvin from A Few Small Repairs. Another strong track. A lot of good songs from this year. I love Day Job, the opening song from Gin Blossoms. Congratulations, I'm Sorry. If You Can Only See by Tonic, another great track. What are your favorite songs from 1996? What do you think about the songs and the bands and the artists that I talked about today? Please give me your thoughts in the comments. Y'all have a fantastic weekend. Do what you love, and I'll talk to you soon.